What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Alexander Drago, and this is probably gonna be the last video that I'm gonna do in accordance to Temper X Gen 2. I'm gonna run you through all of the changes that I've done, and I'm just gonna do like a quick test drive, and that's it. After this, I'm done with this build. Game over. What I did with this is I have basically adapted a 2S battery to go in. Yeah, this is kind of crappy indeed, but don't worry about it. But this I have adapted in order to go into a FMS ESC, the one that you would find on this, a K5 Blazer. Since I changed a lot of stuff in there, I moved that ESC to this build in order to, you know, not throw it away, to just give it some life. And to be honest, I think it was a good idea. I'm gonna run you through the changes. So basically, I had to run an adapter that would connect this kind of plug to this kind of plug. Then I had to cut the what's it called, the motor wires and adapter, and kind of like stuck them to this motor. This is a much bigger motor than what the original one was. I'm gonna show you an Enduro one, but basically look at the size difference. Like this is tiny in comparison to that one. You see, this is tiny. This is like what, 130. I think that one is maybe 360. I don't know. So I had to adapt the motor to go into the ESC. The ESC has a bit of 2S LiPo, 5 volts, 1.8. Then another thing that I had to do is I had to run the battery adapter, so it's a bit complicated, but yeah. So I'm running DIN plug to this what's XT60 or something, and then I connected these wires to the XT60 into the wires that goes to the ESC. And basically this is running quite well. I also had the servo change with the 9 iMod servo. As you can see, everything is working fine. Let me tuck this wire in a bit, and I can give you a bit of a test drive. It's still not as smooth as I would have loved it to be, but it is like way much better than what it used to be. As you can see, it goes. But it's nothing special. So honestly, I think at this point it's probably the motor that needs changing. I don't think this motor is good. I think this motor is kind of crap actually. So I think that's probably gonna be the next thing that I would change. I mean, probably that would be the first thing, to be honest. I think you would need to change the motor on this one, and then maybe even with the stock ESC it would work kind of nice. I have no idea what kind of turns this is. Can't really see the motor very well, but the bottom line is that I don't want to go that far, so I'm just gonna leave it to whatever it is right now. Whatever it is, and that's it, you know. But as you can see, it works, you know, works very well actually. Let me put it on the floor. It is smoother than what it used to be, which kind of like. It didn't used to be this smooth, to be honest. It used to be quite crap actually. Alright, let's do a bit of. Let me crawl onto this one. The battery's kind of dying, but you kind of like get the point. I kind of like get the point. Let me help it a bit. Right, so it's a bit smoother than what the original ESC does. However, I think at this point of making so many changes to this one, I think it's not the ESC that is at fault, but I think it's the motor. I think the motor is a bit too fast for this. But as you can see, it is a bit smoother than the original ESC. So FMS ESC2. So as you have seen, it did a pretty good job. I did not expect to work, to be honest. So it is a bit of a surprise, but it just goes to show that the purpose of a ESC is to direct the power from the battery to the motor to the servo, and to do it in a relatively smooth way. But yeah, that is all for this build. You won't ever see this build on my channel again, because to be honest, I think it's really crap compared to other stuff. Compared to way much better stuff. But it was fun. This is what got me into crawling, and you know, I appreciate it. I enjoyed it for a short time until I found something better. And for now, I'm just gonna leave it with this ESC. I'm gonna mount everything back, and I'm just gonna leave it like that. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this last 3 videos that I made about this ECX Temper Gen2, and I'll see you guys on the next video.